Hey guys, Jason here with another book review, and today I'm reviewing Diary of a Player by Brad Paisley and David Wild. This book is basically an autobiography. It follows Brad's life starting from age 8 to up to a couple years ago in 2011. One of the taglines I want to mention real fast before getting into it: "The story of life with strings attached" is what he calls this book. And that truly is what it is. Basically, what happens is, this is general terms, and I recommend you read the book to get more details. But the book starts out at age 8 when he gets a guitar from his grandfather, Warren Jarvis. He is then, after some indecision and whatnot, some fighting, coaxed to take some lessons by the great West Virginian guitar teacher and legend, Hank Goddard. And he does that for many years. And that basically starts off his trend of being in a band, and he is in a band called the C Notes throughout his middle school, kind of high school career, and is doing local festivals and it's making money, and a really good gig. And he learns a lot from Hank, and learns how to deal with the audience and deal with how to play, especially, and that's a big thing. And just the basics of it. And Hank was a real big inspiration in his life, as well as his grandfather. And then he goes into, after kind of the high school stuff, he goes to college at the Belmont University in Nashville, where he wants to learn about music, and he knows he wants to be a guitar player and an artist, essentially. And he needs to keep up his grades and all this stuff. So he does the music internship, and this is the end of his senior year now, and he loves it. And he's interning for a whole bunch of these companies, these music companies that we're familiar with nowadays, that when he gets out and graduates and becomes an artist, he first becomes a writer. First is hired as that after the internship, and basically learned how the music industry works. But he's hired as a writer and writes songs, a lot of songs. Yeah, it's pretty amazing for artists like Alan Jackson, and there was actually a fight. I forget at the moment which song it was. It's in the book. But there was a fight over one of the songs, and he didn't know what you want to do, so he kept it for himself. And I could actually look this up. But yeah, it's really interesting. It shows how good of a writer he is, especially. And then he is trying to hide it, that he's a performer as well, and can play, and is then offered kind of lets that be known. And then he's offered a contract after a while, and there's a lot more details. That's just general, and puts out his first record. Also wins the Horizon Award for the Best New Country Artist. I think it was I think it might have been 2001. Has his first record. With titled "Picture." I think it's "Pictures of Me" or "Picture." Yeah. I'm sorry if I misplaced it wrong. It's been a couple days here. That features the song "We Danced." And that's a really good song. I really do enjoy that song. And it goes into part 2 and just throughout his career. And then he talks a little bit about being a celebrity, and this book also features advice from him. It talks about he talks about how much he loves amplifiers, and how much you have to be good at something in order to be famous. You shouldn't want to be famous and then learn to be good at it. You gotta believe in yourself. You gotta master your craft before you can get famous. He talks about that, and talks about his life, is growing up, and becoming an artist, kind of like a lot of musicians have done, as opposed to his friends like let's say Carrie Underwood. She's well known in the music industry, in the country music scene for sure, and all these guys, and the state of these shows and whatnot. And it's really interesting. I really enjoyed that part as well. He also talks about just his grandfather as well, and his when he hits it big, especially, and writing songs for it's really interesting. He writes songs with his influences. Excuse me, I'm just going off on limbs here. It's really interesting of meeting legends like Vince Gill and all these guys that he was you know familiar with and is really looked up to. I actually have a list here of the influences, some of them. His influences is his grandpa as well, Clarence Hank Goddard, like I mentioned before, Buck Owens, Steve Weiner, yeah, it's just a whole bunch. Ricky Skaggs, Chet Atkins as well. I mean, there's a whole bunch of guys that I'm totally missing out here. I definitely recommend this book for anyone. And also, sorry, before I get back to that, he also talks about his his relationship with his wife, how he fell in love with his wife, how she was a movie star with Father of Bride and Father of Bride 2, and and kind of got upstaged by his girlfriend. As it talks about current day with the flooding situation that happened in Nashville. Talks about how music has really inspired him, and it's country music especially he's noticed has inspired people, and how it has really transcended in his writing process, how he goes about that, and his family as well. It's really interesting. I definitely recommend this book. It is done in a classy way that I think Brad Paisley can do. He's got a pretty good sense of humor, and that is shown in this book. It's actually very funny at points. He's just, you feel like he's reading the story to you, and that's honestly how this feels. If you're a genuine Brad Paisley fan, if you're a country fan, this book is definitely for you. Definitely check this out. Yeah, I definitely recommend it. Yeah, that's all. That's basically all I have. Yeah, definitely check this out. I hope you guys, if you enjoyed this book, if you ever already read this book, let me know what you thought. What did you not like? What did you like about this book? I know I kind of went in a little bit of detail. That's what I want to do here. Yeah, so it's really interesting. And again, thank you guys for watching this book review. I know kind of long here. If you're interested, I do have album reviews that I do every week. In the next couple weeks, we'll have an Aerosmith review in a couple weeks. I will also have Black Rebel Motorcycle Club, kind of a garage rock band here, similar to a band like Dinosaur Jr. I have some Benjamin the teacher as well. And so yeah, alright, thank you guys for watching this book review. Have a nice day.